where do I pick it up from? The conversation about the handball or Ruben Amorim, the new Manchester United manager that I just listened to. But in any case, Kehinde joins us now, so I'll allow him do the honors, whatever I want to take it from. Kehinde, greetings to you. Thanks for finding time to be with us. We're looking forward to another loaded week in terms of sports, especially football. Super Eagles in focus. But you also listened to the conversation we had before you came on. So your thoughts on all of that?
Yeah, good to be here, Yemi. Firstly, kudos to Channels TV Sports. Quote and unquote, lesser sports getting proper attention, on Sports Tonight that I am very much involved with. I like it, and, especially starting the show off with sport like handball. So many persons while in secondary school played it, but it has never really cutted it, at that topmost level. So fantastic, a very good president, Sam Ocheo, but, getting that kind of recognition. And the man who left, Yaya was talking about how players from Nigeria are leaving for Benin.
In droves.
In droves. No disrespect, but Nigeria is big for a reason. Benin cannot, how come we are getting to that point? And then before you know it, Benin will develop their national team through our own players, and they will start to punish us at tournaments.
And one of the things he said that it's a bit, I'll allow Austin to say what he wants about it, but one of the things he said that struck me while he was saying that, look, you can't give what you don't have. It's impossible for these clubs to even pay these players to even start with. Because whatever they get, they're getting from maybe the federation. But Benin Republic down there
have private sponsors.
Not even talk about the federation. Yes. They have sponsors who do things, and it's professionally run, and those guys can make a living.
Yeah.
It's not just come for a 2-week. No disrespect to what the Badminton Federation is doing in Nigeria, but not just come for a 2-week tournament and we say,
I thought you were even going to ask him the difference in pay. While you were here.
I wasn't going to do that. Let's allow Austin coming now. We have just about a minute or two before we go on the break, but Austin, your thoughts, same old story actually.
Yemi, I like what I saw with Yaya Wolabi. He looks good, he's dressing well, he speaks well, and he's playing professional handball in Benin Republic. That's a huge slap to Nigeria to say, what are we doing? Shout out to Samuel Ocheo that has, in the last 5-6 years, given us reason to talk about handball, revived the league, brought in sponsorship. But you see, if you look at Owolabi playing in Benin Republic and the things he has known, the experience he has derived, it tells you that we're just playing, like we're playing. Let me tell you what these other countries we think are smaller countries are doing. They know they don't have the sort of resources we have in Nigeria in terms of talent, human capacity to compete with us in football. By the way, that same football now, you know what it is. They are competing with us. But they are looking at these other sports. You'll be so shocked what they are doing with volleyball, basketball, that we are playing with you tomorrow. See, handball, we have a Nigerian that is doing so well with handball playing in Benin Republic. That makes me land on what Shehu Diko said on the show last week. We spoke to him, and the new NSC chairman said we should stop consuming and start producing. And I like it. That sounds like a cliche with politics in Nigeria these days because we just talk and we don't do it. So we go to competitions, that's consumption. Coaches need to prepare and administrators need to get ready for ESTA codes. That's consumption. We should start producing talent. We should go back to the basics, find out where we got it wrong, retrace our steps, and start developing, Yemi.
Very, very important. And I listened to that interview as well. You guys did a fantastic job. I'm just hoping all the things that we hear these people say, they get to do it.
Yeah.
All right. We can go on and on.
We can.
If you play back what we said 5 years ago, it's probably not going to be different from the next words that will come out of my mouth. So we just leave it at that, exactly. But we hope for the best. But let's address the elephant in the room, which is obviously the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Nigeria in a very good position. A good position to be. But before we go into that conversation, just to let our viewers know that in a few seconds, of course, on the DSTV platform, they will be on to, of course, Inside the Niger Delta with Mahmoud Akuga. But on all other platforms, you will be seeing us and we will be discussing the things around the Nations Cup qualifiers. But just this information just for all our viewers on the DSTV platform so that it doesn't just come like that. So, all right. So we'll do that in a bit. All right, so that's it. So let's dive straight into the Cup of Nations qualifiers. Kehinde Idris, I said something.
Yeah.
I wish I'm saying this for the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
Because what has happened in the last month has relieved us of the pain. But next year, whatever we have taken that has made us forget the pain, will come back. But let's enjoy this moment.
Yeah.
We need just a draw.
Yeah, we need just a draw.
Just a draw, sealed.
Yeah, it's sealed. Yemi, I said it on this show some weeks ago. I said, with the crop of players that the Super Eagles have, there is one thing I'm just waiting to see. I don't know what coach, but Cerezo is the man in charge of the team
at this
now.
point.
Yes, and it looks like he could take us that route. The Super Eagles right now just need a consistent result. Win 4 games on the trot. And trust me, if we get into that momentum, the Super Eagles are good to go for next year's battle, like you mentioned. Trust me, when match resumes, we know that these guys understand what is about to start, which is the World Cup qualifier, that we are closer to being out than being in. So you have to come with your A game. But if we can be on that roll where these guys are now feeling each other like winners, not dropping their heads low, feeling like the last game went bad, how can we get... No, they are coming into every game now, especially in the build-up to the World Cup qualifier, winning 3, 4, 5 games on the bounce. And then they are in the mood to win and go into games to kill. So that is what I want to see. Right. Cerezo, well done to what you're doing with this team. Mm-hmm. I want to see them. Don't look at, I just need a draw. Win Rwanda, win Benin, and then you go into, that role of expecting to win the next game.
All right. I must agree that something has shifted in the camp of the Super Eagles. Something has changed. And I hope whatever has changed will continue into the World Cup qualifiers. I'm going to go across the screen right about now just to reel out the names of the players in camp. Then, of course, I'll yield to Austin his thoughts on what is going on. But most of the players already in camp, very, very decent number. As a matter of fact, probably just one more player being expected. So, Super Eagles players in camp: Amas Obasogie, Raphael Loyedika, Frank Oyenka, Moses Simon, Bruno Oyemiachi, Samuel Chukwueze, Gabriel Osho, Isayo Delebashiru, Wilfred Ndidi, Kelechi Iheanacho, Maduka Okoye, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen, William Troost Ekong, Demola Lukman, Olaino. These are the players currently in camp: Calvin Bassey, Halassan Yusuf, Bright Osai, Samuel, Alex Iwobi, Victor Collins, Stanley Nwabali, the goalkeeper. These are the players in camp. Austin, let me come to you. I don't know if it's early days, but something has changed. Kehinde Idris was talking about the players and their heads dropping. The last 2 games, I've not seen that. I don't know if it's a new manager bounce. Some months ago, it looked like even if they played 100 times, they were going to lose. I just can't explain it. But now, they went to Rwanda. They pushed Rwanda all the way. They almost won that game. But a Republic that was beating us and making us look, we beat them comfortably when we played. So it looked as if something has changed. But do you think we can go on with that? Or we'll just have to wait and see?
That's the hope, that they can go on, sustain the momentum. But I didn't particularly see that in the last game against Libya. That's because the Libyans also came with some negative tactics. But this is what we want to see in the Super Eagles. I said it on this show when they missed out of the World Cup that the fear of missing the World Cup, of missing out on the World Cup, is the beginning of wisdom. And when I thought that I was, getting into my motivational, mode, they started struggling to qualify for the next World Cup. But with this AFCON, they have checked it. Well, look, they enjoyed what they did in the last edition in Cote d'Ivoire. And I think they want to do it again. They were this close, So let's just hope that Austin Eguavoen instills into this team some level of, I still think they require some level of tactical discipline. That's why now that he's bringing new players, I'm saying, I hope we're going to see them. I really hope I could see something out of Gabriel Osho, Victor Collins, But there's just one man that's been consistent with the Super Eagles. His name is Fisayo Dele Bashiru. That guy has been fantastic. Take away the individual talent in the Super Eagles, and they're beginning to get it as a team. I just hope that Yemi and Kende Idris, there's a way we know the Super Eagles to play football. When they start playing that kind of football, you and I will know. We will just look away and be having fun with it. They still play with a little bit of the handbrakes on. Maybe they are careful, or they are, conscious of the fact that if they don't do well, the fans will come for them, the media will come for them. It's normal. I'll just tell them to have some fun. They've done that. Now they need just a draw to qualify for the 35th edition of the AFCON that is scheduled to take place in Morocco, 21st of December to the 18th of January next year. Qualify for this AFCON and then do a lot of mental work with yourself. But Yemi, I know what you want me to say. Let them beat Benin Republic properly. Beat them well. Remind them that we know what you did to us with the World Cup qualifiers. So yeah, take your beating. And then when we meet again next year, we beat you again and you don't mess around with the Eagles' nest. I think that's what they need to do. I like that they are smiling. I love the team spirit in camp. I love that they are getting discipline in turning up early for camping. I was reading the last press release from the NFF communications department, and I see about 20, 22 players already in camp, which is good. Yeah, let them get into the pitch, show walk-ins, and make our football fans in Nigeria start smiling again.
I hope they do. Can you just let me?
Yeah.
Anytime my son wants to call someone, I say Chiku Eze, just like those foreign commentators call. But that's a player that a lot of us are stuck on how good we know him to be, but he's not showing that recently. Yeah. So there are one or two players like that. Yeah. So do you think the manager needs to, and probably wield the big stick and say, look, you've had your chances. Maybe we need to start, so that we don't become a predictable team.
Yeah. The best coaches, the most achieving coaches in the world are called ruthless. There is a reason why. One of the first ports of call when there is a change to be made is the manager. So you don't want a case where a player is having fun not doing enough on the field, and then when the big stick comes, it lands on
your head.
So I think for Cerezo, he's already looking at the adjustments, the changes and all of that. Hey, the last game, we saw a bit of that spark from Samuel Chukwueze. Probably he's had even a one-on-one talk. Hey, I've spoken with the whole team, but I know what you've got in there.
Yeah, you can do more.
Because Nigerians are already complaining. Let me give you an example. Victor Boniface. Some Nigerians, I did a Vox Populi some times ago, and they're already saying, one too many chances have been given to you. You need to start showing workings. You need to start giving Nigerians what they want. Yes, they love their players. They love the Super Eagles. But one thing they love more than just loving these guys is results on the pitch. Yes, because they've seen the highest of beautiful football and the most, rewarding results when it comes to watching matches. So when you're watching this crop of players, we feel are talented, super talented, in fact, and we're not getting the result. The result do not commensurate with kind of talent. It's a worry. And if we get Nigerians to that agitated point, they start to complain a lot. And Samuel Chukwueze, I think in recent time, has had his fair share. Maybe he's gotten to the turning point and want to see that because we know he hasn't, and we want to see him show it. But for so many other players, I think, like Austin said, team spirit.
Yes. Quick one before we yield back to Austin. that's something that's been a problem for me in the past.
Yeah.
You invite players. There must be a reason why you invited someone. So if you invite a player, let's see the player. I mean, there are some players who, for 1 year, keep inviting them, and they never get a chance to play. and I'm sure, like me, you're hoping to see that change.
Of course. For every time, I feel if a player continues to get called up, it's because he's got something. So there are matches where we've comfortably, done the job. Why not just, put them in their natural position? Because sometimes when they even give these players a chance, they just put them somewhere. And then you mark them by, probably I'm a fullback. And then you're telling me to play in the defensive midfield role. I'll struggle a bit because it's not my natural habitat. But, 3-0 win like we had recent, put those players in, let them just show one or two. Because, see, sometimes it takes 8 minutes for some players to take the shirt off some, if they get the chance to convince the coach. So, Austin was saying something. I think what the Super Eagles need, for us to see that beautiful football, Austin said, is firstly, let that doubt of can we do it, will we do it, let it get cleared off, which is result. When they finish doing that, they've connected with getting result on the consistent, they will now start playing good football and result will rush in also.
All right. I had to resist the temptation of continuing with the Super Eagles because, of course, time is not our friend, as you already know. Okay, so we need to move on the show. Wishing the Super Eagles all the best, by the way, and by the time they get to play, hopefully they will win their matches. All right, let's talk about the women's CAF Champions League and look at tomorrow's fixtures. Then I'll yield back to Austin to talk about it. On the screen, Wednesday's fixtures. Nigeria's representative, Edo Queens, will be up against Massa Women. Mamelodi Sundowns Women up against the CBE Women. These are fixtures in Group B. Austin, let me get your thoughts. We've gotten to that period where I'm a bit scared. A change of guard has happened. That's my worry. I know you know where I'm going. I just hope it doesn't affect the ladies.
Hopefully it won't, and I say this because I know the former deputy governor has also invested into this team, and some way, somehow, he's still involved in what's going on with the politics in Edo State. So if a bit of politics is what you're worried about, maybe that shouldn't be a problem because you can still say, hey, let's support this team. That said, let's go into the competition. Edo Queens started so well, and that's what we talked about yesterday when they were preparing. That they need, look, when you go to a tournament that you are playing about 7 matches, just you are condemned to win your first match. And they did that so well, convincingly. So let's see what they will do in their second game. If they win that one, they just now need to sustain the momentum. No pressure, I would say, because we've talked about it that we need to stop consuming Edo State government. Now, what do you want to do with this team? They are the champions of the league. They are going to represent you now in the continent. What is the long-term plan for women's football development in Edo State? That's the program we should be talking about. Let's listen to Coach Aduku. I love the things he talked about after their first game. Hopefully they will do better again in their next game.
Yes, we won one. This one is gone. We are looking to the next one. The important thing is that we don't have another game, but we came against the Egyptian now. So that's our next game. And they won their last game, their first game also. So it's going to be a very tough game. They defeating the reigning champion will give them confidence. So therefore, but for me, I know we did not come here to underrate anything. One of the things I told my guests is that everything that is here, they are potential champion. So we need to play like a cup final. So our game with us is going to be like a cup final.
Ken Idris, they're ready to take on Massa Women. Did Coach Aduku say convincing things that you think they can take into that match?
Yeah. I love the fact that he's cautious but also very confident. I think it's a proper recipe for greatness. Hey, you have to be conscious because teams that you're playing also are prepared to be here. They worked hard to be here, so they're a good team. But going into every game with confidence, I think that's what you need, especially from a manager. The confidence level of a manager tells on the players, on the field. on match day, trust me, if a manager is super confident, you'll see the players, also exhuming that. But if the coach himself is already skeptical, sometimes it rubs off on the player. And I love the balance. And he's always been a good coach for me.
All right.
And now he has taken it to the continent. First game, Central Bank of Ethiopia, beating them convincingly. And when you saw that Mamelodi Sundowns has lost a game, it feels like the pathway is open to everybody, especially, sitting at the top of the table.
I like the word you use, pathway, and that is why we're going to show our viewers the table. And the table is like walking on thin ice. It could just crack and go. But as it stands, this is what it looks like. Our team, we're not supposed to be partisan, but hey, we're Nigerians. Anyway, Edo Queens sitting pretty just after one game. Courtesy of 3 goals, 3 points, followed by the team that will be playing against. A loss will change the balance. And the Mamelodi Sundown that you are saying has already lost a game, well, tables could turn. But then again, we're wishing the girls all the best. And hopefully when we come back to report on these things, hopefully we'll still see Edo Queens on top. All right, so I guess we can leave the matter of Edo Queens at that for now. But let's talk about other things quickly and spend the remaining time we have to talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. Let's start you off with the results. Away wins came aplenty this weekend, and it's interesting to talk about. We're going to quickly switch. We've done it, all right? Kwara United. Oscar has always talked about Kwara United. They have a special place in his heart. I don't know why. Exactly. But you can see from the result, one went away, got a result. Niger Tornadoes beat Aqua United 1-0. Shooting Stars defeated El Kanemi 3-0. Kano Pillars, went all the way to Benin, got a result. Rabioli getting the hold walls, getting the goal. Lobi Stars defeated Abia Warriors 3-1. Matchday 11 results is what you have on your screen. Of course, you also have, there you go, Rivers United losing to Bayelsa United by a lone goal. The Aba Elephants and Remo Stars, was a share of the spoils in that one. It was goalless. Casino United lost to New Boys, Korodu City, Heartland. The Naze Millionaires defeated the Akure Gunners by a lone goal. Then, of course, Plateau United and Rangers International, as expected. Or let's say what I expected happened in that, they couldn't be separated. Let me go to Austin quickly, even though we're pressed for time. Any surprises in the results?
Surprises. Match day 11 really got me pumped up. 4 away wins. Remo needed to show workings, and they did against Aimba. Bayelsa United beating Rivers United. Rivers United had not lost a home game since March 2019, and Bayelsa United shattered that record. Wow. Ikorodu City went away to Katsina to win 2-1. Can you believe it? Kwara United went to Lafia to beat Nasarawa United by a single goal. I was like, what's going on? Match day 11 needed to, just silence the critics that keep saying that, we don't have a win-win in the NPFL. Kano Pillars went to Benin to silence Bendel Insurance 1-0. The ever-reliable, evergreen Rabiu Ali doing his magic again. What a story. I love it so much. Just 15 goals scored on match day 11, but the visiting teams showed workings. And it tells you one thing, that the league is growing. 4 away wins, about 2 draws, teams picking points on the road. Shooting Stars needed to win, and they did just that big time with the 3-0 win. It tells you one thing. The league has got the talent. The league has got the quality. It's still administration. If we get it right, do everything. This is Ikorodu City. Back-to-back wins now for the Oga boys. We thought that it wasn't going to work out for them. But now they're beginning to pick up the rhythm. Going away to win is the first important step in the NPFL. And they've done that now. It seems like they've already shown that they want to stay in the league. And I love it so much, Yemi.
Yeah, I do. All right, before I allow Kayode Idris wax lyrical about some of the things he wants to talk, he was writing some notes, scribbling furiously when else he was talking. Let's take a look at the table. And I'm not sure Austin will have anything to say by the time he looks at the table. We'll look at the table when we have it. top 4, bottom 4. Austin talked about Remo Stars needing to show workings.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
And so, okay, there you have it now. Remo Stars, after 11 matches, they're on top. And of course, if Rivers United had done their job, I mean, it wouldn't have looked like this. The Aba Elephants as well also had an opportunity, missed because they didn't take their chances. Niger Tornadoes make up the top 4. Remo Stars, Rivers United, Aba Elephants, Ayimba, and of course, Niger Tornadoes making the bottom 4, which is where you don't want your team to be. Katsina United, Nasarawa United, Lobby Stars, and Aqua United. Well, if you're an Aqua United fan, you say, well, it happened last season, they got away. I don't know. But your thoughts, Kende?
Firstly, Rivers United. Worried. Some would say it's just 2 games. But losing to Ikorodu City, seem to not be able to find their feet for games. They had to probably bounce back through Rivers United. We thought it was a blip until they lost at home again to Bayelsa United. Finidi George and the team need to find a way around it. See, there is something funny about results like this. It can drag you back so much that before you could realize what's happening, you're already far from, what's good. For Remo Stars, I think if Remo Stars goes ahead to win the league this season, it will be one of the properly walked journey to winning a league. They've been knocking on that door for seasons now. Even when they did not come second, we always see them in and around that space. And I love what they are doing. You know, the players on the pitch, the coaches, and also the management. And I hope they will get rewarded for the away wins.
We have one on screen, actually.
In the first 24 games.
I wanted to talk about this. You were here with me sometime, and we were saying these guys might be over before it all started.
Yeah, Ikorodu.
And also he's talking about it, two wins on the trot.
Yeah.
Now, do you see them turning it around?
It looks like when you graduate into the top tier, you need to understand the gimmicks.
It's different.
It's different. It's more professional, more tactical. You need to understand that all the grit you use in the lower leagues, it happens everywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. You need to come in and understand big boys play it, technically and tactically. And I think the first 7-8 games, they've learnt a bit of that, and they seem to be balancing. And now, good football is the only thing that can get you results in Lagos.
Yeah.
And they are beginning to get into there. Hopefully, it will pay off for them. I was talking about away result. I think this season will give us a lot of records when it comes to the way away teams have performed. The first 24 games of this season, we had only 6 home wins in the first 24 games. That is a record that seems to still be maintained all through, up until now. And we're loving it. Match day 11, and we're already seeing a season that we've never seen before in the NPFL, probably some 20 years ago. But in recent time, we've not seen such season. I want to enjoy every bit. About 27 more games to play, or 27 more, match days to see. And we want to see such results, or start seeing a lot of games, ending that way. For the fracas, hopefully we won't hear such again.
And I'm very happy that we still had a lot of high points.
Yeah.
We weren't able to get to the fracas.
Yeah.
Probably some other time on the show. All right, let me allow us in coming with his parting shots as we prepare to wrap things up. But of course, I'm very sure we have to hear a thing or two about Aqua United. What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to punch me here and there, but We will be back. Aqua United will bounce back. But it's just a shame that they didn't learn from all of the lessons of last season. Because if you struggled last season and this season, the same thing is happening again. It doesn't speak well of the management of the club. They need to find a way to stop giving their fans high blood pressure. But that said, I love everything going on in the league. Yes, I come here to talk about Aqua United, but I love Kwara United also. I shout about Remo Stars when they do well. I talk about 3SC of Ibadan when they do well. For instance, I love the league so much because that's our own, and for us in the media, we must keep promoting it. Match day 5, we witnessed 4 away wins. In fact, there was not one home win. Match day 11, 4 away wins, 2 teams taking points on the road, and the teams that won really needed to win. Tells you that there's quality in the league. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin O'Connor, and in everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, that's the show. But before we go, I want to thank Kende Idris for his time on the show. Many conversations we couldn't end.
Yeah.
We'll take it out of the studio.
Of course.
Thank you very much, Kehinde.
Yeah, it's good to be here. If you're celebrating Ronaldo, Messi at their age, remember to celebrate Rabiot Ali Pelé for what he's doing there.
All right. That's a good one. Of course, as we go, we're going to leave you with highlights of Yannick Sinner, of course, ending the year as number one in tennis, and of course, receiving getting his accolades for doing just that in front of a passionate home crowd right there in Turin. We allow you to enjoy that. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back here again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.